Hello again, Inmovers. Today I'm going to talk about customizing the jokes. So I've had a search around in the Google groups. There's been a question asked on how to do that back in 2019, and Gail's reply was that the jokes come from Pandora box, but you can customize them by replacing with the joke AMIL. So that's what we're going to do. So the example here is in program AB bots joke, so we'll just run through on how to do that. So first of all, we'll need to go to there. This is just a shortcut that I got to Inmoov, but it's program AB is in the root directory of MyRobotLab, and then we so that's it there. So this will also work for the limericks. So I've just opened this up in a text editor. I'm going to copy that. Now we're going to go to the Inmoov directory this time, chatbot. Now we're going to add that text to the Inmoov gesture AIML. So we'll scroll to the very bottom of that. So this is the same one that you use to add your gestures to. So that's the end of that, the end of the file, and we paste that in there. So we need to get this structure right. So it's categories, category pattern, and then end for the category. So here I've got too many categories, so we'll delete that. So there we go. Oh no, we didn't. We just had that in the wrong spot. Okay, so now that looks better. So it looks the same as this one. So customize the jokes. You just put your jokes in here between the LIN markers. These are some of the jokes that I used. I just did an internet search. So I'll just save these as a standard text file. Just save a bit of typing. So I'm going to replace this one. You can add lines. I don't know what the limit to the jokes are. So okay, I'll mostly pause it here, and we'll be back right back soon when I've finished editing some of these jokes. Okay, so I've added some of the jokes. I've kept some of the ones, taken some out. I guess I should have already mentioned, but it's important that you only do this modification without Inmoov running. The Inmoov gesture AIML, it can't be saved when Inmoov's or when MyRobotLab is running, and same with the other file that we're about to modify. So my Inmoov's not working at the moment. He's not plugged in, not powered up or anything, so it's safe to modify this file. So providing the pattern, the structure of this here is right, and we have li at either end of the joke to separate the joke. We'll save that file. So that's my Inmoov gesture AMI is now saved. That's the file that was from program AB, so I don't need that anymore. Now what we have to do now is to stop Inmoov from going off the Panda bot to get the joke. Now, so that is in here. Okay. So this, we need to delete this from the file. I guess I should have also mentioned that before we start mucking around with any of these files, we should have a backup. Sorry about not mentioning that before. So you can see here, I've backed up the file there. So I just copied that whole thing and called it old MyRobotLab. Okay, so we'll go back to Inmoov chatbot. Okay. So this is the file that we need to modify now. As I said, this is the one that calls the joke from PandoraBot. So it's just a matter of deleting that. Okay, so as I said before, we could do the same thing with limerick. So if we pasted the limerick thing in the limerick text in the gesture file, we'd need to delete this as well. But just for now, we're just going through the jokes just to prove it works. So now we can save that. Okay, so just to prove that that's no longer in there, the joke's gone. Our red line is continuous. If that was broken, then Inmoov would have problems booting up. And there's our gesture file that we modified with the jokes. Now obviously anytime we feel like adding new jokes, we just have to come in here and keep adding jokes, deleting jokes, whatever you want to do. And same thing with if you decide to do the limericks. So the limericks example is in the same spot. Okay, so the limerick is the same procedure. Yeah, just need to boot up Inmoov. So I'll put you on pause again, and then when Inmoov's up and running, we'll see what he says. Okay then. Had a few issues. The biggest issue was added the text in a bit wrong. End up doing a bit of changing. Okay. So I thought it might have been because the file was too long, so I've taken a couple of the gestures that I created out, but that didn't seem to be the case. So this is how it should be. Now I'll take a screenshot of that and add it into where I was typing it in before, just to so we get it right. Now because it was wrong, even when I played around with it and changed it to try and to this, it still wouldn't work. So I did a search on Inmoov Google Groups, and how to change chatbots, and basically scroll through here, and then anyway, one of Gail's replies. Okay, here said if you make the modification to some AIMLs, it's good to delete all the AIMLIF files, because they will overwrite your modifications. So that's what I did. So I went to here, which is, and I just grabbed all the files out of there, I cut them, and then I pasted them into my desktop. So here I've had a backup of the files there, in case that wasn't the right thing to do. So basically, so this AIMLIF directory was completely empty. I restarted Inmoov, and that populated that, and then the joke started working. So I've given it a try, so here we go.
Why did the droid cross the road? Because it was programmed by a chicken. Knock knock, who's there? Art. Art who? R2D2.
No. It all appears to be okay now. There's nothing like a mistake to make you learn some new things. So just to go through it again, so we added this joke pattern into the Inmoov gesture AIML, and we deleted the joke section in here. Because this here, if we left that in there, that would initiate the jokes from the Pandora boxes, which what we don't want. Okay, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll leave you with a joke.
What kind of robots do you find in the Arctic snobbits?